Plaintiffs Richard Devers and his wife Linda say the defendant was friends with her grandson, and they allowed him to move in with them. Linda claims she soon learned that the defendant had a criminal record, and they're suing him today for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Jacob Higginbotham was homeless when the plaintiffs allowed him to move in with them, and they were really nice to him. However, he's countersuing because they refused to return his property.
Start with you all.
First met Jacob whenever he came with my grandson. He's friends with my grandson. He moved in. And,
How long ago?
In November 2018.
That would have been August, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Texas will show. Anyway, in 2018, he moved in with my grandson, and everything was looking really good there for a while. Jacob treated us with, total respect, and we took him in like he was one of our own grandchildren.
Nice guy?
Oh, you're a really nice guy, honestly. I mean,
Okay.
He's a really nice guy.
Constructive
Followed all the rules.
and productive activity?
Yes.
All right,
Constructive activity. He got him a job
good.
and was doing really good. Later on, after he was there for a while, we found out that, he had a criminal record. But that didn't bother me, because I believe in second chances. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he treated us with total respect.
Mm-hmm, good.
And so.
Nothing came up missing?
No, nothing ever come up missing. Never.
You just haven't found it yet.
No. No, he always treated us with respect. But he got a job, and he was a hard worker and was working all the time really good. But his car wasn't working. His car just kept breaking down nonstop. And then I guess it was a river car, and they put it together and made it run again. Except when you give it the gas, the driver's seat went back.
What's that?
You give it the gas, the driver's seat would go back. And then, it'd fall apart on the road. So a lot of times he didn't have a way to work. And then sometimes when we went to work, the car would break down. And so we discussed, that he's going to have to find another car. So for weeks we looked for a car. He wanted to try to find something for under $300. We couldn't find anything.
300 what?
500.
1,000?
No, 100. He thought he could find a good car for around $300 to $500.
Okay.
But there's.
You probably can these days because I think cars go 200,000 miles now.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, he wanted a van, so he could haul all of his music equipment. So we did find a van. And we had a long talk about, the money he borrowed.
Okay, we'll get to that. Let me hear from you, sir.
Okay. So like they stated, I had met them through their grandson. I was homeless at the time. Their grandson came to me, said, "Hey, I got a job working the Indiana State Fair. I could get you on." And he said that he talked to his grandparents and that they would let me stay there for the duration of working the state fair. So I moved in with them. Everything was fine. They were really nice to me. My grandparents passed away when I was really young. I don't have any more grandparents, so they were kind of like adopted
about your
grandparents. My family's been in poverty ever since I can remember.
Defendant Jacob Higginbotham was friends with the plaintiff's grandson. And the plaintiffs claim after they took him into their home, they discovered Jacob had a criminal record.
Okay, how far did you go in school?
In school, I went through the 10th grade. After that, I have a medical issue, and I was missing a lot of school.
You had it when you were in the 10th grade?
I've had it my whole life. I have hemophilia A, severe, which my blood doesn't clot correctly, so I have to take injections every other day to
And the school
correct
wouldn't
it.
accommodate you?
There was some legal paperwork, but it just, as I got older, I got more active, started working, and just my injuries, I
You're
was
still
more
poor.
Yeah, I was still poor.
You haven't broken the cycle.
I'm trying, sir. But anyway.
No, ain't no anyway. We're going to stick on this subject. So far, you've put your medical condition as the reason you dropped out in the 10th grade, when I know that you're not the only child that has suffered from that, and they accommodate them at those schools. I have a cousin who suffers from sickle cell anemia, a very debilitating blood disease, and they accommodate him at the schools. So I know anyway, let's see why you didn't finish school, because you're going to be in poverty, homeless, living off other people the rest of your life until you get some type of skill that will allow you to take care of yourself. So let's get back to that. You're unable to go and get your high school diploma or GED?
I have my GED, Your Honor.
All right, what are you doing with that? What have you done since then?
Since then, I had I went and enrolled into the local community college.
There you go.
But then I got myself into some trouble.
Well, I didn't say that. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Blaming it on you. You got in trouble. You can't stay out of trouble. You know I knew that. I wasn't going to let you just tell me that and keep it going.
I understand.
And
that.
that sob story you gave them. So tell me about your relationship when you moved in with them.
So when I moved in with them, they were generous enough to allow me to stay in their bedroom. I was fine with sleeping on the couch, but she said that they don't use the bedroom anymore, and I was more than welcome to sleep in their bed as long as I kept the room clean and changed the sheets and stuff like that, which I did. Their grandson's parents were also staying there at the time. That's why they allowed me to stay in their room. Once their grandson's parents had moved out, or their daughter, they let me move into that room, so I had my own room.
They said they were helpful to you in terms of getting around and then a car. Tell me about that.
So, as they stated, my car I bought it for $200. That thing lasted me over 2 years. I love that car.
Really?
Yeah.
What type and year?
It was a 96 Buick Regal and 3,800 motor, good one. And
How many miles?
it was probably about 242,000 on it.
Wow.
So,
Lasted
but that
2
thing
years.
had been flooded in a river and all that, and still ran with no problem as far as the engine went. But as far as being in the river, then all the rust started coming up. And one day I was going to work, my whole wheel came completely off and rolled down in the ditch. So I was stuck on the side of interstate with 3 wheels.
And Grandpa to the rescue.
Yep, Papa came to the rescue.
Tell me about the loan
So
for the
once,
car. Well, she's going to tell me that first.
Okay. He was having a lot of trouble trying to find a car for the price he was looking for. So Rick and I decided that, we would have a talk with Higgy. And he was working, doing good and making good money. And so we said, now, if you really need to get another vehicle, we'll let you borrow the money. But the agreement is $50 a week or $200 a month. And he said, well, I can do that because I'm making good money now. And so they go and they get the van. And then he sells his car for $250, and then he got paid that week, so he had another $150. So he gave us that $400. So now they took the $1,500 van down to $1,100. And this was around the first week of February. About the second week of February, he takes a few days off to go home to help his brother pack. And then we didn't see him no more for a long time, until in March. About the middle of March, whenever his medicine was delivered to the house. When I asked him, told him his medicine had to come, I said, so he come to get it, and I said, so what are you going to do? He said, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to stay there with my mom or what I'm going to do. But he took tons and tons of stuff out of the house, and of course his medicine. And then we didn't hear again from him for a month or two. And I texted him several times, but he never texted back.
Defendant Jacob Higginbotham was friends with the plaintiff's grandson. And the plaintiffs claim after they took him into their home, they discovered Jacob had a criminal record.
Go ahead, sir.
So when I was living with them, I was working at restaurants, and they were underpaying me and wouldn't.
She said you had a good job.
It was an okay job.
You told her it was good money?
I told her exactly what I made, which was $12 an hour.
40 hours a week?
Yes.
As a single person?
Yes.
That's not poverty.
No, not then.
So for a single man, you were doing all right. You didn't do nothing but eat pizza and drink beer. Am I right or wrong?
Oh no, I don't drink that often, sir.
I didn't say often. So you eat pizza and drink beer. That's where your money goes.
No, not at all.
Where your money go?
Usually to my music. I like.
Are you a rapper? You a gangster rapper?
No. No, I play
You and
bass
Snoop?
guitar.
I'm gonna ask Snoop if he know of you.
Snoop. But no, I play bass guitar for usually punk rock. So anyway, with
Man,
that.
stop that anyway. That borders on disrespectful.
Okay, I apologize, Your Honor. Carrying on with my story.
There you go. I like you.
And that it is.
I knew I like you for some reason. Go ahead.
So when I had left, I was helping my mother move. She was in a 1-bedroom apartment, and my brother was moving out of state, and he allotted her to go ahead and move into that house. During that move, my mother had a back injury picking up a box, and I went ahead and thought it would be best if I was to stay with my mother to help her, because she ain't getting any younger. And I love my mother to death. I don't want her to keep getting hurt like that. When I came back for my medicine, I didn't have any issues. They allowed me to come in, get my medicine. I didn't get a bunch of stuff. I got my medicine. I got some mail that was sent to the house.
You got a guitar, your
What happened to the job?
amps.
So the job, I'd quit that job.
Why?
It was just, I felt like I was underappreciated. And
Would you want an award every day you went to work?
And ask
no, my
You
problem
were appreciated every other Friday. With that check. That's how they showed their appreciation. Go ahead. What else?
So anyway, running into
There you go.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Your Honor. Force of habit. Carrying on with my story.
No. I'm asking the questions right now and giving some answers and lecturing you. I'm more interested in you than I am this money, with all due respect.
I understand that,
I know you all are retirees
I knew he was
and
going to
on
quit his
fixed
job
income.
a week
but
after I let him borrow the or
yeah,
before
I
I
know
let him
that's
borrow the money.
important to you all as well, and that's important to me. But
Yeah.
this is very important that we straighten this young man out and bust his head open. You know, that's a lot of times young people come in here, I got to bust their head open.
And sometimes you have to.
That means bring them some knowledge, you know, and
out
wake
there for
them
the
up.
taking.
Because how do you quit a job and you don't have a skill to go to the next place? I can see if you had a skilled trade or certificate of work, nursing, technology, some skill like that community college will give you. Then you have a transferable skill. But the only transferable skill you have now is restaurant work. Have you found something since that pays $12 an hour?
No, I have not.
Right. How long ago did you leave?
So that would have been
So long ago you can't remember.
It would
When?
have been right around the beginning of 2019 in January.
All right, so that's my advice to you on that. But you're the nicest guy in the world, and you're making me almost not like you. I like you. You're a likable person.
No, he sure was.
Yeah, he's a likable person. Almost like you're a con player.
No, never.
It's hard to play me, but you're there.
I would never try to play some. That's not the person I am.
Look at him. Man, you are too good. Case dismissed. I couldn't do this to this young man. No, I'm just kidding.
Defendant Jacob Higginbotham was friends with the plaintiff's grandson. And the plaintiffs claim after they took him into their home, they discovered Jacob had a criminal record.
What's your defense?
So in July, I was coming back with my mom. She was moving in with my brother down in Tennessee. We had went there to check out the living accommodations and bring some
Let me
stuff.
just cut through the chase. Is this a pitiful story? You can't pay because you don't have it.
No, I mean, I don't have.
All right, then spare me a pitiful story and pay the people their money. What's your counterclaim for?
So
and
my
return
counterclaim
property?
is in July, I had came to pick up the rest of my belongings that I had
The
left.
rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was July 7th. I have text messages right here.
I have a whole
said
bunch
You
of
came and what happened?
So I had texted her on July 7th, and I asked her if all my clothes were still there and all my belongings. And
Yes.
she said, yes, of course. I would never get rid of them. I said, okay, I'd like to come pick up my stuff. After that, they had told me, no, you can't come and pick up your stuff.
Here's the text. You want to read it?
Yeah, I got it right here.
That says,
They said, let's
my
wait
answer
till we
is
go to
not
court.
tonight. Not tonight.
Even
Because it was
after,
late at night.
so even after not tonight, I had worked with their daughter trying to figure out a way
All
to
right, where are the
meet-
things now? They're at the house still?
They've been there.
Sitting
They're
in a
still-
box waiting.
They're still
They're still
there.
in the room.
I'm going
It-
to give you 30 days to go and get them. If you don't make an attempt, you won't get them. In the meantime, you're going to have to repay them their money. And let me, $1,100 is your judgment. Let me tell you, young man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you having overcome all the obstacles. That's tremendous obstacles growing up in poverty with a debilitating illness. So you've overcome those obstacles, and you seem like you're a very well-adjusted young man. You got into the community college after having been a 10th grade dropout. So don't let us down. All right?
All right, we'll
Get
do.
you a transferable skill at that community college and continue on your way to a success story so you can tell others who suffer from your illness that how they can do it. You can be an example, all right?
Will do, Your Honor.
That's your charge in life. Good luck to you. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your plaintiff dismissed.